takes people a minute to get in here. It takes a minute for the people to get in. So is that actually hanging from your wall, your ceiling?
It's like it has like a stand kind of thing. It's freestanding though. So it's
Oh,
like a little hook and then it hangs off of that hook. I actually
what?
found this on OfferUp. I try to buy as much used as possible. Yes, 150. I loved it. I
That's
barely fit
nice.
it in my car, but I love it. It's very
See, that's the
sturdy.
thing. Like,
I actually
my
got it when I
husband
was
and I think
pregnant.
about we probably ought to get a truck because I like to come home with things that I
Yeah,
find. I gotta have space to be able to do that.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, because it gets pretty
Well,
overwhelming. All the things that I see, I wish I had space for it.
I know it's. I don't have the space, and so what I do is I'll get a thing. I'll love it. I'll revamp it. I'll do all the things and love it for a while, and then sell it so I can get more stuff.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how
Yeah.
you do it. Smart.
Well, we are going to get started, and we know that people will, if they don't get on right away, will be able to see the replay. So I am so excited tonight. And tonight, let me just say, I loved doing your promo because it was so easy because you can tell you're technically savvy, right? And so your
Yes.
promo already had some cute videos. I'm like, oh, that's easy. I know that. Just take this and put this in here. And
Ah!
it was so fun and funky. And so anyway, I just have to say that was so awesome. But let me introduce
Thank you
you,
so
and then
much.
we are going to get into it. So you guys, this is
Okay.
Carissa Marie with Be Free and CarissaMarie.com, and I'm so excited for tonight. And to introduce you to Toshara Joy. And she's just a beautiful person. I met her at a chamber event, and I just have a thing about people. And she was just inspiring. So I'm gonna have her. I'm gonna call her Joy. I'll call her Joy because that's what she is. She's a walking joy. Okay, but we're gonna get into some to talk about
Oh,
her.
that's so sweet.
She's doing some things. So Miss Joy, tell me about yourself.
Yes,
Where do
so
we
I
begin?
am 24 years
How about tell
old.
me about?
I basically, right,
I'm listening.
I rework and oh, I'm sorry.
I can hear you.
It's going in and out. Can
Can
you hear
you
me?
hear me?
Okay. So I rework and resell vintage clothing. Yep. And I do that online and through pop-up shops around the Hampton Roads area. I'm also a mom, so you may hear my son in the background make some baby sounds. But overall, I'm an entrepreneur from Newport News, originally in Portsmouth. And yeah, my overall story is kind of just very unique and my overall aesthetic and beliefs and all that. So it really just gets into, I pour that into my business and I network a lot through that.
Well, I think you're multifaceted. I was checking out your website, and first of all, you definitely have an eye. A lot of people get a little bit intimidated when they go. Cause I'm a thrifter like you, but I can see the beauty in something that to someone else might be like, oh, ain't no way, right? But I was looking at your website of the things that you do and the
Right.
things that you wear and some of the models are wearing, I'm like, could be like on red carpet. Or like if I were a celebrity one day, then I would be like, I'm gonna call Miss Toshara Joy. Look, because so she can hook me up. So where does
Right.
your inspiration come? Like, it's like
Yes.
how were you always this way, like creative
It
in
really,
that way?
well, it comes from everywhere. I think I love art as a whole. I think
Mhm.
he's gone out. It's such a huge thing to like be able to see just everything and kind of pull from anything. So My inspiration just comes from being open, and I valued like diversity and inclusion. So it's really just like a pull from streetwear, but different decades. And
Mhm.
I just really love bold fashion. I love prints, and I love quality. So those are all parts of it. I just make sure that it's sustainable.
Now, tell me a little bit about Bad Joy Customs. I think it involves more than just one thing. So, what? Tell me about this Bad
Mhm.
Boy Customs, your business.
Bad Joy Customs and Apparel is the full name, and it's basically the reworks and resell. So we rework garments, which are our made to order kind of list, or our one of ones. So I'll make basically one offs of a specific thing that I found really cute and resell it. Or I'll find really bold vintage pieces that I don't touch and I sell those. But I also do the custom part, which is basically someone gives me an item. It's basically alterations, but we can come up with a very unique and creative way to kind of get them to a different place. So, for example, I had a client give me jackets or vest from her mom, and we were able to turn them into pillows that she can keep forever. She was never going to wear the vest, but she had to, or she was able to keep the sentimental value of the vest for, however long she wants to keep them now because now they're pillows. So there's different aspects of it, and those are like the three main things. Other than that, I
Mhm.
kind of dabble in just community. So it's really important to me, like sustainability. We talk about that and kind of give other people the education with it, but also like make it fun. I think sustainability is usually geared towards, people who are really into like sustainable, like eco-friendly yoga and like holistic living, but it is also a form of expression, being able to DIY certain garments to make them specifically yours. So that's basically the realm that we're in and kind of bringing that to Hampton Roads where it's already pretty popular other places.
Now, how long have you been? Because did you do this while you were in college, or pretty much your whole life?
I did. I started in 2019, the business, but before that, yeah, yeah, it was actually a form of like survival at one point because I was actually born well, I grew up in foster care. So I wasn't getting a whole lot of new clothes or shopping a whole lot, but I loved fashion. I loved playing dress up. I loved dolls and all that, like all that. So it just became a way to express myself, but also a way to cope with what was happening in my life. Because, I love fashion, but I had no money. So kind of both of those things.
Okay, that's amazing. See, and I don't know that we really got into that when I first met you, but why would we? That's because that is that speaks
Yeah,
to your
yeah,
being able to stick with something and see something through because you have to be really self-disciplined
yeah.
to do that. So I mean, anyway,
Absolutely.
you really
Yeah.
do. So because
Mhm.
you're a young entrepreneur and like a lot of us, sometimes those things come because we have to do it. But it's also a blessing when it's actually something we kind of love anyway. And so it's a nice marrying of the two. Do you
Right.
ever
Right.
find
Right.
yourself in situations where little girls or young people or women are looking up and have questions for you? Like, do you ever are you in situations where women can ask you how you got started?
I would love to talk about it more because actually at one point I was so ashamed of it. I would be like terrified of telling people at all that I was in foster care or that I was adopted. It was actually something I had to come to terms with, and it kind of like blew up because I was exposed in school. So like some people would bully me for it and things like that. So I'm coming to terms now with like the power in my story and understanding that I'm not the only person with similar backgrounds. So So now I'm kind of getting this sense from the universe to like share the story and to talk to people more and to be open and honest with people. And it's so important to me to be authentic now because for so long I was afraid of being authentic. So I definitely want more experiences with sharing, but as
Mhm.
time goes, it's naturally happening.
Yeah, I can, because it's going to happen, and I'm sorry in advance, because one of my passions is to talk to young girls, and I have a few. Like I have one. One is grown. She thinks she's an adult. Well, she is. She's 29. But then I have a 12-year old.
Yeah.
I be holding on, but I have a 12-year-old who is at the, it's that moment right now. She's very sensitive to things. And so I like to have her
Yeah.
be around people who have who acknowledge that they are insecure, and that, but there's, you're going to get through this. This is not the end all be
Right.
all. I think
Right.
just you being like, you doing things like going to the chamber are going, those things are going to expose you, and people are going to want to
Yeah.
talk to you, and they're going to want to hear your story, and you're going to naturally fall into it. And you're so articulate and well spoken, so it's just going to work out for you that way. So,
Right.
and yeah, in fact, I'm thinking of people I want to introduce you to now. Anyway, but we'll talk later. We'll talk after this. But um, so as far
Sounds good.
as
Sounds good.
self care, because it's so important, and I am still learning, and this is why I always want to know from the people I'm talking to what they do, because I suck at it personally. I am still learning how to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you, my dear, are
Yeah.
entrepreneur, and you're trying to do a lot of things and still live. And because I am a Facebook stalker, I know you have a baby, so you have
Yes.
a lot going on for yourself. So,
With myself. So journaling has been kind of an extension of that, and also giving myself grace, patting myself on the back, celebrating my wins when I do win. And every morning I'm trying to like get into a routine where I'm like actively, physically taking care of myself, like yoga or doing my face care or skincare routine. Even bathing. Sometimes I like when you're so busy and you're like in the zone, you even forget sometimes to bathe. Like it gets pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but with it all, the grace that I have for myself and being gentle with myself and giving myself room to fall, to cry, to not be perfect is probably one of the hardest things that I have to do for self-care, but it's totally necessary and it helps a lot.
well, I like you. Here's my thing. I had yet to, but I want to go begin to see a therapist. And originally, and now I'm being really transparent, and this is gonna might be hard for some of my family members and people that know me to hear. Here's I know that I probably need a therapist to help me navigate um this life. Because I tend to
Yeah.
want to please everybody sometimes. I'm growing out of that. um, but I'm also, now this is wrong. I have such high standards, and I make that hard for people around me. They don't know that. You know what I mean? The people, they don't know that, but in my head I'm like, they could have done it like
Yeah.
this. And my
Yeah.
anxiety level is through the roof.
Yeah.
Other things, and then things have to be exact. And I'm a Virgo. Things have to be in order all the time, and just perfect.
Mm,
That's just not the case. And so I have let myself kind of be like, it's okay. It's like it's not gonna break. And my husband is almost the opposite of
right.
me. So it kind of works. Sometimes it doesn't work, but it kind of works out that he balances me. Because I can kind of be like, okay, well, it didn't fall apart completely doing it that way. But another truth, and an honest truth that I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud. Oh, the reason it's taking me so long to see a therapist is not because of the stigma in our culture, because we have it, especially in our age group and older. but mainly because I'm afraid that once I start talking about things that I need to see, that I might see things and it caused me to go in a direction I don't want to go in, or to move in directions, right? You know what I'm saying? Move in direction that others won't understand and won't see coming, possibly. And that frightens me because that goes
See,
back to
that's
me
that
being,
people pleaser thing.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
you know, so I'm terrified of
That's
that.
something I definitely, yeah, I get it.
That's
I get it. That's actually what kept me going for a while. And my ex, and this is very personal to me, but he wasn't a very good partner. I will say he was physical with me, and for a long time I would be so like ready to like I knew if I went to therapy and I got my stuff together and my mental right, I wasn't going to be with him anymore. And I was going to know myself in a whole different way. And I was going to move in a different way. And it ended up happening either way. I couldn't fight it anymore. Even with not, I didn't start therapy until after we broke up. So, I mean, the universe has this way of just kind of like, if you know it's not right, it's not right. And it's just it will unfold anyways, and something will push you to the point where it's like this is so uncomfortable. I can't do anything else but do what I need to do anyway. So not only that, but like you got this one life, and if you're not happy in it and you're not fulfilled, like you can't do anything else for anyone else. And it just becomes like this regretful life, and it's drags you down, it's depressing. And I'm only saying that because I've been there. Like I hated the feeling, and I think now all these things unfolding and all the pain that I had to go through to get to this point was so worth it because I'm free. I'm actually free,
mm-hmm.
and it's
That's
mentally
big.
like
That is big. I
yeah,
mean, and it's
it's
hard
huge.
because especially if you've been doing something for so long. And for me, it's not. It's also like just relationships with friends or
Hmm.
family members. Those things get
Hmm.
complicated and tricky, and
Hmm.
it affects how you move if you allow it.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
and that's what I'm afraid of because what do you do? You know what they say about you can't pick your family or your friend. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
you
You know
can.
what I mean? All those
Yes, you can.
things.
Yes, you can.
it, um,
I I I let
but
him
you have to
finish.
commit. You're right. You have to. And you know what? You're right because I being a military wife and I used to get the itch every 3 years to move because we don't now we're done moving around, but I would never get too attached to people and things and circumstances because I knew I was going to be moving, and that was a safe place for me. I have to admit. You know what I mean? I was kind of cool with that. I'm cool with knowing you for a few years and I'm out. Like but
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I'm struggling here because he's retired. It's different. Like I'm like, I have to now
Yeah.
learn how to make meaningful relationships. I do have them, but they're from friends that I've had for 30, 40 years, that I've just had all my life. And they require work too, you know. Man, you know what, Miss Joy? You are so wise in your youth. Do you hear that a lot?
Thank you. I do because I mean, I had to grow up fast. I had to figure things out. I mean, in foster care, that and I hate alluding to it all the time, but I mean, it really is a part of like my whole character. Like everything I do is intentional because I've been through so much stuff. So I had to kind of be, this mom before I even became a mom because I had a little sister who was looking up to me. And I've always, kind of every house that we go to, I'm leading. So
Mm-hmm.
it comes with time and I hear it all the time. But I used to think that it was just me like not being able to relax. But I think now it's me just able to see things that a lot of people don't at this age. So I think it's something that definitely gives me a competitive edge, and because of it, I'll be able to kind of get ahead, sooner than a lot of my peers. But I'm hoping that I can bring those peers with me. Like I want, the people that I care about with me, but I understand sometimes you have to stand alone.
Mhm. Mhm. Girl, you gotta be like, you are so impressed. I mean, I already knew I was gonna start feeling some kind of way, and I can't explain it, Miss Joy. Okay, but I'm just moved by you. Hold on, I'm having a
I
moment. Just one
appreciate
second.
that.
What's wrong with me? But here's my thing. I just love to see the beauty in people, and I'm not talking about the physical beauty, although you are beautiful on top of that. But I'm
Thank you.
talking about, the beauty inside the person that shines so bright you can't miss it. And I'm just I know I just met you, and I hope that this won't be our last connection. I want to continue to see,
No.
and and I'll be here for whatever you need. But in fact, by the way, I got to put my order in for some alterations, so I can.
I got you.
But I'll be here. But I think I just with your wisdom right now, you already know how to kind of keep yourself safe, which is already miles and miles ahead of a lot of new entrepreneurs, let alone young, old, or otherwise, just new entrepreneurs. So I'm excited to see like where you're gonna grow. I saw last year, maybe it was last year, you were involved in a fashion. Was it a fashion show or a pop up shop, or was it the same thing? Or
Yeah, that was this. So it was this past April. I had turned 24, and that's actually the time that I had broke up with my ex. That was such a crazy time. No one could tell, but it was such a pivotal moment in what I call my career. Like, I think
Mhm.
so much happened in that time, so much growth. But yeah, it was a fashion show to keep the answer short.
Are you doing anything like that again anytime soon? And how did that come about?
A lot of people are asking me that, and I'm shocked. But I actually, so sustainability is such an important part of my brand and my business. So I don't come out with seasonal types of things. I drop maybe once to twice a year. Um, and with time, I may do more. It's just the demand needs to be there. So I I want to focus more on the pop-up shops because I feel like I get to really interact with people a lot more and more intimately. But I know there will be times I'm thinking of doing like just some one of a kind drops. I'm trying to get more people onto the website. So once I see a little bit more growth, I'll definitely look into doing some more fashion shows. I specifically want to work with Foster Beauty though, because they are a premier event hosting company. I trust them with my life. They have the vision, it's clean, it's crisp. And I really love the owners. So I definitely want to partner with them, but I'm, trying to see what will happen next, where I'll be led to next.
Okay, now you gotta school me. Okay, so what? Tell me about this group. I don't know them.
So it's actually a couple. It's the Fosters. They're married. They're actually a pretty young couple. They had experience in the military. They were taking photos, and then they came back and they just kind of created Foster Beauty. So it's a fashion show. They do Foster Beauty media services and actual Foster Beauty like beauty line, not cosmetics, but like skincare and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And it's a couple, and they are just top tier. I'll definitely connect you for sure, for sure. But yeah,
How did you
it's
find
also like this area.
them? Okay.
This area is just full of creatives, and I think we sleep on each other, and then we're not getting media coverage or anything, so it's like you don't know we're here. So it's just about connecting, and I was just one day looking for like a fashion show to be involved with, and they had popped up, and I'm like, this is perfect. Like everything about their marketing is clean, everything is just professional. When I like hit them up, they were super relatable, and we're instant with communication. Just everything was just top tier. So when I ended up doing the event, and we're just getting closer. We're talking more. It's just like I'm in love. Like I love the couple. I love what they're doing. I love what they're standing for. And it's just, you know, I just have these really nice, earnest um, networking that I'm building. So it's plenty of more people to see and meet.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So you pretty much, when you involve yourself with them, they help with the promotion. It sounds
Mm-hmm.
like the event.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. They make videos. They do all types of things.
Now, when you go thrifting, do you already have something in mind that you're looking for that you want to recreate, or do you get there and then the moment moves while you're there?
So I have a whole like mood board of things that inspire me fashion wise. I'm really into textures and prints, like I said earlier. So I'll see something, I'll save it, and then eventually I'll like if I see the perfect piece, I'm like, oh, I can do that with it. So I'll put it off to the side and I'll create it. But I try to really go in intentionally. So when I am shopping, I typically am shopping for myself and I do make a list and I'm like, I'm looking for a leather jacket. I'm looking for this. And I try to stay focused because I get in the thrift store, I can literally walk out with like $150 worth of everything. I'll get shoes, I'll get pants, I'll get everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Furniture. It gets crazy.
I know. I can relate. Here's something. This is something I'm going to share that not well, people who know me from high school know, but I used to, and it was a little bit of a dream of mine. My parents said that's a whole other thing. Can't do that basically. But I was in high school. I used to draw things I like to see, clothes. I used to draw fashion, right? Sketch them, and then I would find fabric and cut and make my own patterns and draw them and sew them and wear them to
Oh
school.
wow.
However, I wasn't the best seamstress. And and this is a funny story. One of my coolest things I made back then, I, I think I was maybe in the 10th grade. That's put me in 1988 or something like that. Anyway, so I made this bubble skirt. Okay. I was obsessed with bubble skirts. I don't know why. So
Okay.
I was ahead of my time, right? So I made a bubble skirt. It was so cute, right? As long as you sit in one place. I couldn't walk up the stairs. It was the most miserable day of I should have. I didn't see. I wasn't skilled. I had the vision, but not the skill set. My mom was a seamstress, but like I would like, I no, this is it. But no, it was so funny. I wore that thing to school. And it was so cute, but I couldn't walk up the stairs. It was hilarious. But
uh,
yeah,
that's how most people are though. I mean, and that's the hardest part, the sewing part. And honestly, for a long time for me, it was the part I dreaded the most. Especially when I started doing alterations and everyone had these like suits and stuff. I'm just like, oh
yeah.
my goodness, what am I about to do? But I mean, I had to come to terms with what I was comfortable with and being able to say, no, I don't want to
Yeah.
do the suit. I don't want to do the 5 layer hem. Okay, I don't. So I mean, now I just do my specific realm. And
Yeah.
my favorite part is reworking things. I love taking things apart and making it into something completely new. That is my favorite thing. I enjoy it the most. So now my business model is really about what I specifically am strong at, but also what I love doing, and that people can expect the best quality from me.
Okay,
Uh,
so I got a couple things to throw at you. So I excuse me, something in my throat. I already told you a little about the two things I'm going to bring into you. It's so hilarious. So I
mhm.
wore it to work yesterday because I just thought it was so cute. And I don't care. I know it needs to be like altered. And I had the pants were so long, you guys, that I could pull it up over my chest. All right. It's like a big fluffy suit. But I had a sweater I wore over the sweater, like a turtleneck sweater, and then it came with a long wrap, and you could cover up the crazy look. But my boss came in my office yesterday, and I was in there chilling by myself doing work. I hadn't covered the crazy, right? And she says, um, Carissa, there's, there's something there. Did you know about that?
Got caught.
I don't get embarrassed, but I was embarrassed for her because she's so uncomfortable. I was like, yeah, girl. I just didn't think anybody was gonna walk in. I didn't have myself. It was just really bananas. But one thing that I want to do that I've had in my brain forever, and I know, and I could do it. I just don't have the patience like that anymore, and so I just basically do it. Somebody's good like you to do it. But I love like wide leg jeans. But I also love old school, like imagine Adidas, the big strip up down the line. And so I want to, and I've seen it done, or even like a floral, anything crazy in between. So I want to tear open the size of the jeans and put in some funky material in the middle.
Okay. Yeah,
And
we can
make
do that.
even wider and even funkier. Like, I might do like a athletic strip, or I might do floral. Oh, I might do sequin. Okay. I'm just saying, you know what I'm
We
saying?
get different. Yeah.
Right. But I don't want to keep it too long because I know a baby is like, what is she still talking to this lady? I know this lady. She taking my mama time.
No. My godmom came in and changed them and everything. I said, okay, we good. Thank you. Yeah, gave him crackers. He's good.
We have to do this again. I just want to I think the next time, I think it will be a good idea to, I would love to, I'm just thinking about this just now, actually just now. I would like to have a couple of young girls under the ages of 12 or between the ages of 12 and 14 join us. And
Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
I think so. We can actually have a conversation. You and I can think about maybe what we want to have to talk about. But I think that that will be welcoming because I think that girls would want to talk to you, especially. May not me so much because I'm like somebody's mama. They like, I got one of those.
No, you are so good energy. You are good energy. I love it. If you can look at me and see potential and see all this great stuff, I want you to look at yourself like that, okay? Because we attract, okay? We attract.
I,
So
I'm
that
glad
means, okay.
this is going to
I'm
be
glad I met
wonderful.
you too.
I am
I'm
ready. Look,
excited.
now that I am back in, excuse me, I can't get rid of this cough. I am so ready to, and you'll help me with this, I hope. But I really want you, and we'll talk about dates. But I think that would be really good to have a couple of
I
girls.
love that.
I've never done it before, um, on here, and we can have a talk. Or maybe I'll talk to some girls and find out maybe what they want to talk about.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
Juicy.
yeah,
You
yeah,
used to do live events? I
yeah.
love kids. I really do. I'm actually about to become a substitute teacher for the Newport News public schools. So I love children. It's so important so that they can see someone, be themselves. Like that's probably one of the biggest thing right now that I'm being called to do is to talk to kids. And I love
Mhm.
them. They're so sweet.
Oh my goodness. We have a lot to talk about. I do these
Okay.
workshops for girls. We have a
I
lot to
did see
talk
that.
about. Yeah, we
I'm
have.
here. I'm here for
Well,
it.
I shared your link tree on our chat so that whenever people are able to see this, they can see where to find you and all the things that you do. And I know I'm just so excited to make sure. Yeah, I got all the questions I wanted to ask out. But I'm just so grateful that you made time to hang out with me. I know I was a little bit crazy because I'm working for other people. It's tough.
You're lovely. You are lovely. Okay. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. It is. It is. No, it is. But I
It'll
mean,
be
we're
better.
made tough. We're
But
made
yeah,
tough.
I
We're
think
supposed to be doing
yeah, I think this is what's supposed to happen. You know, it would be cool. It would be my first time ever if I did a in person live and go the direction I'm thinking about going in, where
that.
we
Yes.
can get together in person and not virtual. I mean, the kids might be. We'll think, but I think I want to do
Yeah.
that, and I think I would love to do that with you. So
Yes.
yeah.
I love that.
Yes. So, is there anything else going on, or do you have a dream? A meeting. Well, we know you want to work with. We know you want to work with. What's the name of the group? We're gonna
Foster
mandatory.
Beauty. Oh, well, we've worked together. That
You
look,
already.
I think that's already on lock. I right now, my biggest thing, I want people to go on badjoycustoms.com, purchase some items so I can
Yes.
feel like it's worth the time, okay? So if I know people are up there and they love what they see, I will upload more. There will be more pieces. It just needs to make sense. So that's the biggest thing for me right now. If you have questions, you reach out to us on at Instagram, badjoycustoms.com. It's on Instagram as Bad Joy Customs. You can follow my
Mhm.
personal page, Shara Slays. I mean, that's all attached to the link tree. So that's the biggest thing that I need right now. Some, people
Yeah.
engaging, let me know that you see me and that you are, supporting what I'm trying to give you guys.
Yes. Please come on and support because it's good giving. It's good giving. So get it. Get some.
Get
But
it, get
I know.
it. It's there for you.
But I know the struggle. People don't understand the passion that we put behind this. It takes work and dedication, and also it's
Right.
monetary. So we have to, support each
Absolutely.
other and get behind it. So yes, I'm to support you because I got these things I need to get fixed so I can wear them properly
I
without
got
my
you.
boss walking in thinking I got, you know, 'cause
Yes,
I couldn't.
ma'am.
I just was. I'm like,
And we
no, I
do
have
pickup
to
and
wear it
delivery
right now.
too. I think that's such a huge thing. Yeah, yeah,
Say right now.
we'll get it
Well, you
done.
can. You
We'll
won't.
get it
Not
done.
too far for you, but in your area, Hampton and Newport News.
Mhm.
I lost
Yep.
audio for a minute. So this, yeah, she does pickup and delivery, and that is awesome. I'm way down yonder. I'm not going to do that to you. That ain't even right. I like come see you when I'm working in the area. That way you don't have to come. I am in Williamsburg, the Toano. Am I saying it right? My locals, because I always say it wrong and they always correct me. I'm in Toano, the far end of Williamsburg. But yes. Uh oh. Did I lose you?
Are you there?
I'm here. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Can you hear me?
Hello?
I can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. We want to get off
Okay,
for something
it went like it started doing crazy.
Yep, on my end, it looks like your face keeps freezing.
Oh
But what
yeah.
we're going to do is hop off
Yeah, it was
here.
just going out on my.
Yeah, we're going to hop
Okay.
off. I just want to thank you. Thank you for coming and being a part of this
Thank you.
live. And we will share this. You can share it like this, but I'm going to do a cute little replay and put it all together, make it nice. Don't wait. I just share and people
Okay.
can tune in. But thank you so much, and I can't wait to do it again. And if I don't see you before,
Thank
have a happy
you. See you next time.
Thanksgiving. See you the next time.
You too.
All
For
right.
sure. Bye.